What is up, guys? It's Sky, and I'm bringing you a video about Fighter Squadron today. Now, if you guys didn't already know, it's triple XP weekend, and it goes on until tomorrow. So if there's that one last unlock that you really need to get, then now's the time. And actually, over the weekend, I was spamming Fighter Squadron on PC, and I leveled my account from 27 to 50 in like 8 hours. It was crazy. Fighter Squadron is definitely the highest XP per hour mode in the entire game. If you're a half-decent pilot, you're getting anywhere from 10k to 20k XP per game. And the games only last like 6 or 7 minutes tops. That's like a pretty solid round of Walker Assault in like a quarter of the time. So to help you guys out a little bit, I'm going to give you a how to not suck at Fighter Squadron guide. And this is going to focus on the Imperial side because that's generally where everyone has trouble. There's a huge imbalance in the game. And even though I'm not that great at Fighter Squadron, I can go like 20, 25-0 as the Rebels. But it's definitely a lot harder to do well as the Imperials. So without further ado, here we go. In the background you see a gameplay of Fighter Squadron, and I'm playing as the TIE Interceptor, and it was a competitive game all the way to the end. But we ended up pulling out the win, and I was on a great team, and that's a huge deal in Fighter Squadron when you're flying as the Imperials. Get on with some of your buddies that are good at flying. And if you play a lot of public matches like me, take note of how your team's doing. You can tell. I mean, the writing's on the wall from the beginning whether you're going to win or lose as the Imperials. And definitely don't quit out in the middle of a game. But I say that if you're on a team that's not as good, just quietly leave at the end and try to re-roll into a better team. And my second tip for playing Fighter Squadron, and this one's pretty obvious, but pick up that refresh token. And when you're playing as Imperials, actually it can be tough to get out there on some of these maps because the Rebels have such huge map control that just getting out to pick up a refresh token can be tough. But as soon as the round starts, just put on your boost, try to get out there and get it quick. And then if you die, take note of where the enemy team is. You can see them because they just show up as big red dots. And if there's a bunch of big red dots around that refresh token, think twice about going out there and sticking your neck out. You're going to need that refresh token because as the Imperials, you're going to be relying on your speed boost, your defensive maneuver, and your missiles. And that leads me to my next essential of playing as the Imperials in Fighter Squadron, that's use your speed boost constantly. If you watch the video, my speed boost is pretty much always on cooldown. Unless I'm about to run into a wall or I'm tailing someone. Even if I'm in the back of the spawn, I need to get to places quickly. And if you think about it, that's one of the only few advantages that the Imperials actually have in this mode, so you should be taking advantage of it. Don't wait till the last minute until you're in trouble to use your speed boost. My next key for doing well in Fighter Squadron is stick close to the ground and off to the side. If you watch the video, I hardly ever go straight up the middle. I stay close to the ground and off the side of the map where people can't readily see me. I let my teammates and the AI in the middle of the map draw the attention, and then I try to just boost in quick and get a quick kill and boost back out. Staying close to the ground has a couple other advantages. There's always a ton of cover on the ground. And of course, all the power-ups and the hero tokens spawn on the ground. And I'll give you one high-level tip is that I use the ground as a frame of reference in Fighter Squadron because there's no radar and so few forms of situational awareness that, say for example, if someone's tailing me and I dive to the ground, not only does that limit the ways he can engage me, but all I have to do is look up. If I'm up high somewhere and someone engages me and I have no idea where they are, I have to check all 360 degrees. And speaking of engagements, that'll segue to my next tip for doing well in Fighter Squadron, and that's don't dogfight. And this is one of the reasons that Fighter Squadron does not play to my strengths as a pilot. Some of you may know I'm a great dogfighter, but dogfighting in Fighter Squadron is kind of a waste of time. You may spend upwards of a minute locked in a turning battle with someone, and in that time, you could have gotten like 4 or 5 kills or 8 or 9 kills as the Rebels. And there's no minimap in Fighter Squadron, so you have so few forms of situational awareness that it's just not productive to dogfight. Obviously, defend yourself. If you get a tail, and you know you can quickly flip the script on him, then do so. But a lot of the time, especially if I have no idea where my tail is, I'll just use a defensive maneuver, boost to the ground, duck around some cover and get out of there. And that's the great thing about Fighter Squadron is that you don't need to be that great of a dogfighter. And the next step you see in the video is get on that objective quick. Both your team's objective and the enemy team's objective. Especially as the Imperials, if you don't take out an objective quick, then you're going to lose the opportunity because the Rebels will just take over. And the enemy team's objective is a great opportunity for you to get some quick kills and score some points for your team. And the next tip is try to keep track of where your teammates are. You want to try to fly in formation with your teammates as much as possible. Obviously, you want to be off to the side, close to the ground, but dart in to a group of where your teammates are. That way, they can help draw enemy fire and they can soften up Rebel pilots for you. If you watch the video back, I got a lot of my kills on Rebel ships that are like half health. And I'll give you one last tip when playing as the rebels, because the video is about to end. And that is that your shields and your defensive maneuver are both forms of damage mitigation. So don't use them at once. Rotate them. Obviously, use your shields if you get a tail. But if they haven't fired a missile, don't use your defensive maneuver. Wait until the missile and then use it. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the tips and the gameplay. Get on and get that triple XP. Thanks guys, catch you later.